What's up? Oakwood 450 back, and today I'll be doing my first run in the Zoomfly Flyknit. The very first version of the Zoomfly is a shoe that did not work for me. I did get 100 miles on that shoe, but due to the heel collar design, it caused a lot of problems and irritation with my Achilles tendon, so I was not able to continue running in that shoe. The new version of the Zoomfly uses a Flyknit upper that looks really similar to the Epic Reacts upper, and I've never had a problem with any kind of Flyknit uppers, so I'm hoping that the design change for this is going to make this shoe work for me this time. The midsole now uses the React midsole foam and a carbon fiber plate, where the original Zoomfly used a carbon infused plate. As far as the outsole, it is very similar in design and overall looks to the original Zoomfly. So altogether, let's take this shoe on a 6-mile first run, and after that I'll recap on how it performed, and if this shoe is going to work for me. I should be able to tell after this run if it causes any problems with any kind of irritation. And I'm back, and that was a good 6-mile run. And since I had problems with the original version of the Zoomfly, I tried to vary my pace from around an 8-minute mile to a 6:20 to a 6:30 mile, just to see if I was going to have any kind of problems with the heel collar or the upper of the new version of the Zoomfly. Overall, my first impressions are that the Zoomfly is an improvement over the original Zoomfly, but it's still not perfect. Starting off with the fit, I picked these up in a size 11, and that's what I usually wear in a Nike, and overall the fit is true to size. There's a little bit of extra space at the end of the toe, but I feel like if I'd sized down any, then the toe box and the midfoot area would have been a little bit snug. The Flyknit material. On the toe box, it actually stretches a little bit on the top portion, and that's where most of the venting is of it, and the tongue of this upper is really stretchy. But on the midfoot area, that's where the more solid knit weave is. And as far as the midfoot to forward section, I had no problems with the fit of this shoe. The problem I did have with this shoe, though, is from the heel collar and back. The heel cup and the heel collar doesn't have a lot of structure in it. And after I'd ran 1 mile in these, I had to stop and try to scoot my foot back and try to secure the laces a little bit better, because my foot kept sliding to the inside. After I secured the laces a little bit, it feels like the fit was a little bit better, but still while I was running, I could still feel my foot sliding around in the heel cup. As far as the midfoot section, though, my foot was locked down the whole entire way. No problems with that. No problems with any kind of irritation or blisters on the toes, any hot spots. But other than that, the heel collar is a section that where I had a problem with it in the Zoomfly, but this is an improvement. But I feel like this is going to be a problem with some people, because this shoe does not offer a lot of structure in the heel cup. So that's something to keep in mind overall. But overall, the fit of the upper was really nice. No problem with the laces rubbing or any kind of hot spots, any of that. Really impressed with the upper, and any problems that I had with the original version of the Zoomfly have been fixed with this version with the Flyknit Upper, but the fixes have actually added additional problems. by not being able to get a really secure heel lock. I'm moving on to the midsole, and this is where one of the biggest upgrades of this shoe has came. Now the shoe uses the React midsole foam, and it uses a carbon fiber plate instead of the carbon infused plate. Automatically, first feel, when you take your first steps, it has that feel of the Zoomfly where it feels like your toes are hanging off the edge of a cliff or a step, and it feels like your toes are up in the air, where you get that more nice round toe off. The shoe has a lot more bounce, and it's not like a soft bounce, but more of a responsive bounce. And this is the feel that I actually expected with the Epic React shoes. The Epic React shoe was a really good midsole, and I enjoyed running in that shoe. I put 400 miles on that shoe, but it never really had the bounce and the responsiveness that everybody was claiming that they were feeling with that shoe. The midsole always felt more responsive and more like a firm midsole to me, and that's why I used it for a lot of speed work and some distance runs. This shoe feels like it has a lot of bounce in it. Feel the carbon fiber plate just propelling you on your run. And I tried to actually switch up my stride a little bit, and I tried to land more on a heel strike, and I tried to land more on toeing off in the midfoot forward area, and I could tell that even both ways this shoe felt really good on the far as the ride. The outsole of this shoe is pretty much identical to the original version of the Zoomfly. I got them and I compared them, put them right next to each other, and as far as the width, length, everything of that, whenever I was running, it felt like the midsole was really heating up, almost like you're running on hot pavement. And it was a high 80-degree weather today, but this feeling was there from like a quarter mile in, so these shoes wasn't really even warmed up then. And I'd say that's probably due to the React midsole breaking in, and just because it's a new foam, and I'm hoping that feeling's going to go away after a couple or more miles. I'll be taking these shoes on a 5-mile run tomorrow, but I'm going to use that more of as a recovery type run, and I'm going to try to keep that as a slower pace and just see if I still have that same feeling as the midsole heating up. But I had that same feeling as the Everon topsole, and I had that same feeling with the Epic Reacts that I ran in earlier this year. So I'd say that's probably what it is just the midsole foam is getting broke in and warming up after that. Overall, I'm happy with the changes made to the Zoomfly, and other than the heel lock problem, which I'm going to see if I can try to make that problem go away by snugging up the laces on my next run, I'm really happy with the React foam and the carbon fiber plate. That is a whole lot better ride than the original Zoomfly. But this was just my first run, so I'm going to get several more runs on those before I make a final conclusion on that. Make sure you turn on those notifications, that way you don't miss my in-depth review. That should be coming out in about a week. And let me know in the comments below what you thought about this review, and if the Zoomfly Flyknit is a shoe that you're going to pick up, or if you have any questions about the Zoomfly Flyknit, I'll try to answer those to the best of my ability. Other than that, that is it. Thank you for watching, and thank you for your continued support.